I'm going to be honest. The fun part of being a virtual assistant is not necessarily managing email accounts and schedules, designing social media graphics, or writing blog posts. What makes being a virtual assistant so amazing is that I get to collaborate with incredible women entrepreneurs every day. My clients have become my friends and my mentors, which is so rewarding. In today's episode of the Support Squad podcast, I'm sharing how I've managed to go beyond the daily tasks and become my clients' true business BFF. If you want to expand your role with your clients and find more fulfillment in your career as a virtual assistant, you are going to love today's episode.
You're listening to the Support Squad podcast, where virtual assistants come together to share their best business tools and tips. Virtual assistant for life coaches Sharon Nissen created the Support Squad with a firm belief in community over competition. Whether you're a new virtual assistant looking for advice on how to get started, or an established virtual assistant looking to expand your skills and invite even more abundance into your career, you're in the right place. Working from home doesn't have to be lonely. We're in this together. Now, here she is, the host of the Support Squad podcast, Sharon Nissen.
One of the most incredible things that has happened to me since I started my business happened this fall. I've been working for my client, an incredible life coach, for a little over a year when she asked if we could have a quick meeting to discuss my role in her business. We already met regularly on Zoom, sometimes 3 times a week, and we're always in communication through Slack and text. So I was curious and a little bit nervous about what this meeting was going to be about. She started the meeting by thanking me for all of the work I'd done for her throughout the year, and then she launched into her plan to expand my role to include affiliate management, social media management, and a new page structure that would seriously reward all of my hard work. I was super excited about all of that, but what blew me away was when she invited me to join her and her clients for a week-long retreat in Sonoma, California. All expenses paid, a week in wine country. She expressed how important it was to her that I got to know her business more intimately and see her work in person. Obviously, I said yes, and I attended the retreat. It was absolutely life-changing. I got to meet her clients. These were all women I'd gotten to know intimately during my year of serving my client as her customer support specialist. I spent a week enjoying the luxurious retreat center, all of the delicious food, and incredible workshops led by some of the top soulful women coaches in the country. I was even asked to sit in on a panel and speak about how to build a virtual team that can support you in your business. It felt just amazing. I was so full of gratitude after the retreat that I decided to really sit down and pinpoint how I'd gotten to that place with my client. It was just so special, and I want other virtual assistants to experience the incredible pride that comes from working with clients that trust you, inspire you, and value you. So today I'm going to share a few of the things I believe made all of the difference. Some of these things might challenge you to step outside of your comfort zone, but isn't that where all the good stuff happens? One of the things I do with all of my clients is establish weekly meetings where we meet over video on Zoom. I've learned that even though I'm a virtual assistant and I could rely purely on email or Slack for communication, the human connection and the face-to-face contact are so valuable. When I meet with my clients on Zoom each week, I get to see them in their environment and they get to see me in mine. I've gotten to know their kids, their husbands, and their dogs, and I get to really feel into their energy. I get to see what's stressing them out and pinpoint areas where they could use more support. Because of that, I've slowly expanded my roles with each of my clients, becoming integral parts of their business. Now, I've heard from a lot of virtual assistants that video conferencing makes them super nervous. They don't feel like they have the confidence or they don't know what they'll say, so they hide behind email. There's a few things you can do to overcome this fear. First of all, show up to the weekly meeting with a solid agenda. With my clients, there are always little loose ends that I need their input to tie up, or I'll go over our current social media strategy, or I'll update them on the progress of a project, or I'll share something that I learned that week that might help their business. But I always lead the conversation so that they don't feel that their time is wasted. And what I do is I have a Google Doc where I just have a list of all of the things I want to cover, and I just tick through them one by one so that I feel super in control of the conversation. What I love about these calls is that it gives us a solid opportunity to address all of the little things that came up that week. Any questions that were left lingering can be answered on the call instead of in emails or texts or Slack messages. It has really become a time saver for me and my clients. And if you come to each meeting with a concrete agenda, you'll find that they are very productive. Another thing I've learned is that I have to be as invested in my clients' success as they are. I take all of their victories, their successful launches, their positive testimonials, their 6-figure months. I take them all so personally. And when I approach their business that way, they can really feel it. They know that I have their business's best interest at heart, which only increases their trust in me. Plus, that just makes my job way more fun. When I care about my clients' businesses, my work doesn't even feel like work. There's also one more reason to really hone in on your ideal client. Make sure you're working for clients that really resonate with you and inspire you. My next tip is to anticipate your clients' needs. Learn the places where they most need your support. For example, one of my clients is a very busy mom who often hops on calls with her clients at the very last second. She doesn't have time to be hunting for information or digging through emails right before she gets on the calls. So I make sure that she has every bit of information that she'll need for the call right in her calendar. Another example, I had a client that was starting a podcast, and I knew that she was not going to have time to scout out guests for the podcast. So I immediately suggested to her that I put together a list of potential clients, create an email template to invite them on the show, and then get a system in place for scheduling. In short, you don't want your client to constantly have to ask you to do things. Busy entrepreneurs hire virtual assistants to cover all the little details so that they don't have to. Make sure you're always thinking in terms of systems and repeatable processes. One last little tip, send your clients gifts. I always try to send my clients little birthday gifts or Christmas gifts. It shows that I value them and I genuinely care about them. It just takes it to that next level. Anytime you can step outside of the virtual world and do something concrete and physical, like a gift in their mailbox, that just really shows how much you care, and it just makes the interaction a little bit more human. So, Boss Babe, I hope that these tips will inspire you to dig a little bit deeper with your clients and build lasting friendships with them. Even in this virtual world, we can still create human connection by putting in just a little more effort. And it always, always pays off in the end. A happy client who feels connected with you might send you a surprise bonus after a launch well done, or have flowers delivered to your home on your birthday. Both of those things have happened to me in the last few months. So thank you so much for tuning in to this week's episode of the Support Squad podcast. If you want to build a connection with other virtual assistants, we're waiting for you in the Support Squad Hangout Facebook group. I hop in there every Thursday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to chat about the most recent podcast episode. I'd love to see you in there. Until next time, Boss Babe.